Hey guys, so we are on episode 2 of Unpacking Real Estate. A couple minutes late. I was driving home. I had some late showings that I wasn't really prepared to do today, but I promised the client that I would take care of it, so that's where we are. So we are on episode 2. Tonight we're going to focus on insurance. Super excited to bring in Miss Gina Duncan. She should be loading. She'll be getting an invite to join us in a couple of seconds. Fingers crossed that technology is on our side. I was actually just listening to another webinar with my broker today. So technology is an amazing thing where we don't always have to stop what we're doing to get together to have a meeting, which is always amazing in my opinion. Sorry, I'm looking at something on here, trying to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, so that's one thing that I'm super excited about. And yes, I have my laptop. I have a lot going on in my truck. When I say mobile office, guys, I mean I take that thing seriously. So, like I said, today we are going to be speaking with Miss Gina Duncan. And she is an amazing entrepreneur that I met recently. We were hosting an open house in Peachtree not too long ago, and we invited the neighborhood out, and she lives in Peachtree. So it was super cool how she just walked up to us, and she came up to the open house and she said, "Hey, I am starting an insurance company next year. I would love to partner with you guys." And we have been doing several events together. She's in her community making great strides happen, giving back, and then providing this service of insurance. And the sad part is, yes, I do use this many devices throughout the day. The only thing missing right now is my iPad and my desktop. Of course, I cannot have the desktop in the truck. I don't think it would work. But, of course, iPad here, laptop here. I'm all branded up for when I'm out and about. And got on one of my favorite. I think this t-shirt was the first branding thing that I did in this business. And it's just a simple shirt that just says, "Ask me about real estate," and it has a little house on it. Thank you much to Adora Boutique, Miss Toya Chisholm Rivera, who did this awesome shirt, who helped me get my business going, branded. It was just super cool the way it was done. So that helped me as an individual grow, prosper, learn how to get my brand out there, because that's the biggest part. Working currently on Lunch and Learn for next week. We'll be with Miss Renee Washington from Lennar Homes. We'll be at the Vineyards in Clinton. We're looking at Wednesday. The usual times, 12 to 2. What we're looking to do is having a conversation with agents on how to become top producer with a shoestring budget in marketing. It's just something I'm super proud of. One thing, when I'm asked, "Do you still buy leads?" and I say, no. I've given realtor money. I've given homes.com money. I've given, who else? It's a bunch of them. Zillow, Trulia. I've given them all money. And then I met this amazing person named Kia Saad. And Kia Saad said, "I'll show you how." And I've been following his words. And that is why it took me a couple of minutes to log on, because I was driving down the road. And Key called and gave me the business about a month ago and said, "Lisa, stop driving and trying to talk on your live at the same time." He said 9 times out of 10 people were very distracted and worried about me crashing into something. So I took his word, and And that is why I stopped driving and doing videos at the same time. I determined that I could pull over for a few minutes. And let me tell you guys a secret. I am in Waldorf, Maryland. I actually live in Accokeek, hot second from Waldorf. But because time was running out and I really wanted to get online today, I decided to stop. And I just happened to stop. Everybody's gonna think this is hilarious. Hey, Kathy. Everybody's thinking this is hilarious. I'm in a new construction community by the name of Scotland Heights. It is right here off of 228, and I live right off 228. So I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do a video tonight, we're gonna do the show. I might as well be in a new construction community while we're talking about insurance and the possibilities of home, life, term, whole, auto, just all the caveats of insurance. I'm not sure where Gina is. I'm not sure if she got the message yet. I'm just waiting. I'm looking at my laptop to see if she sees it. But it's just super cool that I just happen to be in a new home community. Now, in Scotland Heights, we're dealing with, this is D.R. Horton. So D.R. Horton has single family homes over here, and they have townhomes over here. I can show you in a hot second. I don't want the neighbors to think I'm weird, because they're gonna be like, why is this chick sitting in front of the model home that's evidently closed? One of my favorite builder partners over here is Miss Gia Briscoe. She is usually in the townhome community. Super awesome sales rep. She will give you the moon over here at Scotland Heights. The townhomes are really, really nice. D.R. Horton is what you would call, I would say, a spec builder. Spec is one of my favorite things in the world. Spec homes are amazing. Spec homes get you in a new construction home immediately. I mean, you can literally close a deal in 15-20 days if you've got all your ducks in a row. And what a spec home means, it can come in two different forms. A spec home could be something that is something that the builder builds with no customer in mind. It's very generic. The options inside are something that you as an individual new homeowner would probably pick anyway. And when they put these homes up, they are looking for customers that don't want to wait for new construction. They are looking to move in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is. And they don't want to wait for the usual 6-month build. 6 months usually when it comes to single families. Townhomes could be quicker depending upon the location of your townhome in the community. And that's one way is to get a spec home, is when the builder just says, let's build 3, 4, 5 homes. Everybody generally likes this type of kitchen, this type of basement. Just certain features in the home that people generally drive and want to, and makes it very easy to walk in the house and say, hey, I love it. Let's go. It happened to us this weekend. We had a spec home, lot 32. We had to pour some Starbucks out for our sold homey house that Renee Washington was able to unload this weekend. And someone walked in, loved the setup. They loved that it had a front porch. They loved that it was in a cul-de-sac. They loved all the amenities inside, and they took that home and it was gone. The other way to get a spec home would be when, unfortunately, someone writes a contract and whatever happens. Maybe they don't still meet qualification. Maybe something has fallen through. They've changed their mind, and now you have this available home that's sitting there. I will say, it could be a secret. I could be giving away all my good stuff, but generally these houses are a little discounted because they are available and you don't get to make any of your own decisions, and they might have a couple of extra bonuses on top of them to entice you to purchase. One of the spec homes we had this weekend was down to $438,990. So for a single family 4-bedroom 2.5 bath home, granite, hardwood floors, double ovens, gas cooktop range, had the brick water table. And what I mean by water table, the water table is that line that they deem water shouldn't, that's the level, the highest possible. So it's this little bottom line across the bottom of the house, and the brick will come right across the bottom. It won't go up any further. If you get any more brick than that in certain communities, certain builders, you're going to pay a little bit more for the brick. So that's one thing. But that house was really, really nice. And then the next door neighbor was the same model, same floor plan, just a couple of different changes. This one actually had 3 full baths in it, and it was for $55,990. And if anyone knows anything, you know, PG County, getting a single family home at that price point is not easy. Not easy, I'll say that. They do have really, really nice lots in this particular community. Once again, we'll be back there this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 4, for open houses for the public. And then next Wednesday, we're going to do a broker's open / lunch and learn. And we're going to talk about how to get, become a top producer with a shoestring marketing budget. Because, I don't know if y'all know. Hey, George, how are you? Kathy, Leticia, thank you guys for joining. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm cheap. I used to be a real disciplined couponer, and then I didn't have time for it anymore, so it was super hard to keep up with couponing and real estate and life and all that other good stuff. So I do not currently possess 30 packs of Oreos in my house any longer. My family probably got tired of all the stuff that I used to coupon. Some things probably they would love to see again, but for the most part, they probably got tired of me and my couponing. It was not a game. And now that I have a truck, I mean, I really probably could kill the couponing game, but of course I'm not. I don't have trucking. I don't do it anymore like I used to. I just go to Sam's Club and just load up and call it a day. But it is one of the things that I'm a fan of is getting a possible discount on a home. A lot of people feel like, wow, does that really happen? Yeah, it does. It really does. I've had a couple of clients that have taken advantage of Spec Homes. Actually, I had a client just this weekend. We signed our contract Saturday in the Westphalia Town Center in Upper Marlboro. She got the last townhome available from Ryan Homes, and she got an amazing deal. So she is so excited to be moving in June, and I'm so excited for her. We've been working together over a year, and she is one of my Facebook finds from Facebook ads. So for those who are curious about Facebook ads, yes, they do work. It's all about your verbiage and how to state what you have available to have a conversation with people. And so it's just a cool option to do. It's marketing and technology right now have changed the game for people in business like myself and all the other partners that I have that are entrepreneurs and out in this world doing great things. Just to be able to log on, post a business card, and touch so many people. I think that's just a cool thing to do. But back to Spec Homes. D.R. Horton, and I know Lennar does it. They build a few homes just to where they don't wait for an actual contract to be written, and that means that you can come around here anytime at any moment, and if the market isn't as crazy as we know it is, there are available homes. I implore you agents to really make friends with builders. They are great partners to have. If you don't like a person and you guys don't sync, don't lose any sleep over it. Go find somebody else that you like. That's just how the world works. Find people that you want to work with, that want to work with you. I'm a big advocate of it. I think I'm a likable person. It depends on the day of the week, and I just kind of take that creed with me wherever I go, especially with dealing with my builders. I think they're awesome people. I think they do it's a lot of hard work involved with managing an entire community. getting people in the homes. But I think as realtor partners, we do help. We do help, and I like that part of my business, where I get to change the minds of some of my buyers who, upon being pre-approved for home loans, they immediately X out new home construction. And I'm usually trying to say, hey, well, maybe we can go check it out and see what's going on, because there could be a possibility that you could slide right into a new home, and you just never know until good old Lisa goes around and is being nosy and doing videos and taking grabbing houses left and right for my New Model Monday and for my blog, Find a House with the Pender Group, where I try to feature as many communities and new homes and different floor plans as possible, because I just think it's important that we give people the option to possibly buy a new home. Like I said, a lot of people are already in their mind saying, oh, I can't do it, when it is very possible. I could definitely tell you, for me, it was a possibility. We initially started in resales, not even thinking, just not even taking that bold move and saying, hey, let's go look and see. I mean, now, we'll tell you, I love to look at new homes, because that's just what I do. I just like looking at new homes. I just think they're amazing. I like to go and get design ideas. So when I become rich, and I'm gonna have fun designing somebody's house. I don't know, but that was one of my things. I love to look at new homes. So unfortunately, when I started looking for myself, we immediately X'd out new home construction, thinking it was not a possibility. And when we went and sat down and did the numbers, we were just like, oh, okay. That they believe that it was never a possibility. The one young lady that signed, I had a young lady sign last Monday and one that signed on Saturday, and both were pre-approved. Great clients, really on top of their stuff. What happened was, both of them we just immediately started looking at resales, and we had this conversation. Oh, I love this community, but I cannot live there. And it's like, well, why not? We can go and we can take a couple extra minutes to go just meet, walk through the house, see what the price points are, see what the options are for the affordability. And then I had a client 2.5 years ago. Awesome client. She used to give me the blues. She said, Miss Lisa, don't you send me these houses that look like this and this and this and this and this. And this was my first lesson as an agent, where I learned to ask what did my client want on a monthly basis. Because sometimes that number, hey Peggy, how are you? Sometimes that number does not match. Then the sale price and the monthly usually do not match in the everyday consumer's mind. If they've never had a mortgage, or if they're not really acquainted with how the breakdown is, giving them a roundabout number on a monthly basis would steer them to know what's the best price for them. Because I heard this weekend, I had people come in looking at the new. So everybody's looking for me tonight. I forgot to turn off my do not disturb, but I had people asking me this weekend. I said they were in a $500,000 home, $536,000 and $990. And I said, what do you want to pay on a monthly basis? And they told me, and I said, okay, well, we're in the wrong house. Unless you have money saved up or something to that notion, let me show you what you could afford, what would get you that number. Now, if you're ready to make a jump, then this is about where you would be. So I think that's the most important conversation to have with people is what do you want to pay on a monthly basis? Because sometimes, like I said, that sales price and the monthly usually do not sync up. as far as numbers are concerned, especially when there's a first-time home buyer and they're very new to the process. I just think that question usually gives me a great direction on what to look for, what you need in a home, and all of that fun stuff. So that was something that I have been finding is a quicker way for me to help potential buyers, potential sellers, whatever they're looking for. And especially it's just determining where people are comfortable, because I think it's super important that we know where people are comfortable. I have a policy. I tell my clients all the time, I would love to come visit you in a year, because everybody knows I do a ton of pop buys. I still have Girl Scout cookies in my truck, probably about 4 boxes left. I'm doing real good with getting rid of them. So thank you, Miss Trishawn, for helping me with those cookies. But it's super important that we know what people are comfortable with, because in my experience, when you're comfortable with the mortgage and you love where you live, when you pull up to your house, when you walk inside your house, this is my house and I'm doing everything in my power to stay in this home. It is very it's good to know that you paid for what you love. I have found that sometimes clients will pull up to a home and be like, it's okay. And I said, that's not the right one. No, let's look inside. I said, well, if you don't like what you pulled up to, you're probably not going to like when you come home every day and you got to look at a certain thing and you don't like it, or you don't like the way the neighborhood feels, or you don't like the way this is that, and then you get inside and you love the home and then you never want to come outside. It doesn't match. I do have an amazing client that lives in Upper Marlboro, and she lives on hey James, how are you? She lives on Croom Road, off of Croom Road, in this amazing community, and she is on 5.9 acres, I believe. And she pulled up to this house and fell in absolute love. And I mean, she was a really high dollar client, and she had a vast majority of homes to choose from in her price point. But the thing about that particular house was when she pulled up and she drove down the very long driveway and the trees were setting and the way the house set, and it just spoke to her. And then got inside and she said, oh, we just need to do a little bit of updating, but this house is the house for me. And to this day, she's been in the house over a year, and she still loves her home. But I use that as an example when I have a conversation with clients sometimes, and they pull up and they just don't love the pull up, what they see, the curb appeal of the home. They don't love it. So I think it's super important that that's one of the things that when my clients get out, they see that. We were supposed to have a conversation tonight with Gina Duncan on insurance. Gina is a very new insurance agent in the area. I do have something from Miss Gina Duncan. Gina was gracious enough to attend my Plan Your Future Now seminar with the Pender Group a couple weekends ago, and she spoke on insurance, the different facets of insurance, what her company offered. Like I said, Gina just started her own company, so Gina gave away these amazing informational bags, and she has her logos on there, and it's super pretty and super cute. I want bags. I don't know what I'm going to put in the bags, but I really want some of these. Don't ask. I just like stuff. I like swag. I like really cool swag, and her swag was so nice. And inside, she gave away informational packets, and they spoke on Gina and what she brings to the table. That is Miss Gina, guys. Gina Duncan. Look her up on Facebook. And she just talked about the services that she will provide are the renter's insurance, the home insurance, auto insurance, business insurance, life, equine, farm, credit, umbrella, collector cars, recreational vehicles, and she is open for business. Gina's phone number is 240-600-1448. Again, it's 240-600-1448. Her email is Gina, Gina, .Duncan DUNCAN at American, and that's AMERICAN -national.com. That is her email address. Phone number, give it again, 240-600-1448. And like I said, Gina is Gina S. Duncan Insurance Agency. She just opened in February, so we're super excited for Miss Gina and her business to get growing. And maybe I'll get another opportunity to interview Miss Gina so we can discuss the options for insurance that she gives out. So, like I said, love her bag. Love this bag. It's just, and it's purple. So that's one of my favorite big colors, of course. My husband won't let me decorate with it, though. He doesn't share. So we have navy blue in my house. I like that, too, though. I love my navy blue. Hey, Kai! So, thank you guys for tuning in. It's 7:30. We've done our 30 minutes. I am going home. It's been a long day. I have done a little bit of everything. I had Pilates with Miss Susan Tomaselli this morning, and I was like, whew. I had a lot of stretching that needed to be done, and I need a lot of core training and strengthening. And I think Miss Susan's going to get me right, and I'm going to drag a couple more people with me next week to her class, because she does an amazing job in her real estate. She also sells real estate. She is with Exit Landmark with me as well, and her real estate hashtag, which I adore, is hashtag fit to serve, because she is such a servant. She's such a sweetie. She's just the sweetest spirit ever. I adore her. She's so awesome, and she is so strong. I'm like in awe of she was so impressive this morning. Great class. We had it at World Gym. It was 8:30 this morning. Just an amazing class. I mean, I just was like, wow, I got to really up my strength game as far as and flexibility, and I felt a lot better, but it's just, whew, I'm behind. But also, what else are we doing? What else did I do today? I came home and cleaned my house a little bit, just vacuuming and all that good stuff. I was out showing rentals and looking at land, so it's been a super busy day. But thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, we'll get Gina on another time. Next week is April the 1st. Next week is Financial Literacy Month. So we're going to have on Miss Constance Craig Mason. She is a financial analyst, and she will give you all types of advice. And she was also gracious enough to join the Plan Your Future Now seminar a couple weeks ago. She got sick, so she was able to provide us some great booklets where we were able to develop a plan, because I think it's super important that we know what we're doing. My broker Bernadette Pol, she expressed to me about a year and a half ago, she said in a meeting, she said, okay, you want to do well in real estate, but why? What are your whys? What do you need? Let's write down your goals, and let's figure out how to attack and plan your goals for each little thing that you want to do. And when I sat down and wrote this long list, I was like, oh, I got work to do, because I had a lot of things that I wanted to get done, personally, professionally. And once I wrote it all down, I had a clear path to what I wanted to achieve in a year to make that happen. And I think sometimes it's super important that we have our goals written out. And that was one of the things that Constance offered at the seminar that day, with her cute little booklets, amazing little booklets that helped you get a game plan. Because it's like, oh, I want to retire by this age. Well, what do I need to survive to retire by this age, and what do I need to start putting to the side now to get to that number? It was just a great look as far as educating us on how to start getting our numbers in order for different things that are needed. So once again, I am at Scotland Heights. I don't know, I didn't show you guys around. I can do that. Give me 2 seconds. I can show you where we are. Once again, D.R. Horton. I'm on the single family side, and I'm about to leave because the neighbors are out walking their dogs and getting settled in for the evening. And this is a beautiful looking single. I haven't been on this side. This is the Hadley. I have not been on this side. I've been with this townhomes a couple of times and looked at a couple of the different models that they offer over there. And like I said, it's a really, really great community. So right here on 228, we're in the North Point district, so it's a really popular community to be in. A lot of people want to be in North Point, so it's super great. What is that? Can't even see. I hate when I can't see, guys. It's getting dark. That's probably why. Hey, Melanie. So what happens is this is a great community, single family homes, townhomes. We're right across from North Point, Davis, and Diggs. For those who speak Waldorf, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're right down here by Mill Hill Road. Right across the street, we have the Stanley Martin subdivision. I have clients over there, amazing clients, the Adams family, one of my faves. And they have a beautiful home right across the road. So it's a great place to be. We're right located between 301 and 210. So for those who have questions about that, feel free to give me a call. But this is it for me tonight, guys. I am going home. I think my family's hungry. They're probably starving right about now, but I'm going to go home and see what we can conjure up in this kitchen. Thank you guys for tuning in for Unpacking Real Estate episode number 2, and hope you guys have a great evening. Bye.